Hi, it's Yabbagarri again, underneath the mulberry tree, and yeah, I just thought I wanted to share another story with you. Part of our Bunda Bunda Deadly series is one of our main legendary legends in Australia is the Rainbow Serpent, and the Rainbow Serpent, of course, is there's many different stories told about the Rainbow Serpent all around Australia by countrymen from all around Australia, from the east to the west to the north to the south. You'll always hear about the Rainbow Serpent, and for some of you people out there who don't understand why, I'm going to give you a little bit of knowledge today, because the reason why they call it the Rainbow Serpent from my country is particularly they are talking about the Great Dividing Range. So the Great Dividing Range goes all along the east coast of Australia. It goes from up in the Cape York, and it goes all the way down through Queensland, right through Queensland, and it goes inland along through New South Wales, and it goes all the way down to Victoria. So it has a big cultural significance for the east coast of Australia and Aboriginal people, and for myself it was the first real, it's probably one of the most important stories that I was ever told as a young man and heard about. So without further ado, this story is about this is the Rainbow Serpent story. It goes like this: in the beginning, in the dream time, God made all the animals. Now he made all the animals to swim, and he made all the animals that fly, and he also made all the animals that walk upon the earth, right down to those tiny little ants. Tiny little ants. And every animal had a job to do, and they were all busy in the early days. They were very busy animals, getting around doing their thing, and God was very happy, and what the last thing he had to do when he looked down at this beautiful country Australia was to make the rivers and the streams. And he looked down and he saw the big carpet snake. He said, "Carpet snake," he said, "you'll do." He said, "Have you got a job to do, carpet snake?" And carpet snake said, "Oh no, not me." He said, "Well, your job is to make the rivers and streams." And he said, "How am I going to do that? How can I do that?" He said, "Well," he said, "you'll figure it out." And so the snake, he put his snout, he dug his snout into the dirt, and he dug like that, and he started to flip, and he flipped it out like that. And then he dug his snout in again, and he dig, and he flipped it out again like that. And he dug it in again, he dig with his snout, and then he flipped it out again. And that's the Aboriginal dance, the Rainbow Serpent dance. When you dance like that, and you dance like that, and you go like that, and like that, and that's the Aboriginal Rainbow Serpent. And after he'd done all this hard work, he made the Burrum River, he made the Tuckalburrung, he made Tuckalburrung Creek, he made all these rivers and streams all around Australia. And when he was finally finished, he laid to rest. He was that tired, and he was ready to die, and God looked down, Birral looked down, and he saw all the work, all the hard work that the Rainbow Serpent had done. And he said, he said, Gwamba, that was the name of the snake, the Rainbow Serpent, and he said, Gwamba, he said, you've done such a good job. He said, I'm going to put you in the pride of place so that everybody will remember your name forever. And so he did. When he laid to rest, finally laid to rest, he laid him to rest all along the east coast there. And he goes all the way along. And all the trees and all the grass have grown all over it now. And all the birds and everything, and the animals all live quite happily along the Great Dividing Range, on the Great Dividing Range. Most of the Australian population live very near or on the Great Dividing Range, so it's a life-giving source. And the Aboriginal people, we knew that because of these stories. And the reason why they call it the Rainbow Serpent is because when the rain clouds come across, and they build up and they all get full of water, they come across and they travel across the land or the ocean, and then when they hit the mountain range, they open up. The rain clouds open up and all the water comes down and it floats down and it lands onto the range, and it goes feeding all the different things, and it goes into first it goes into little streams, and then it goes down into little creeks and joins up into the big rivers. And all the while it's feeding all the animals and the plant life, all the flora and fauna that are living on the mountain range or near the mountain range. And as soon as you see the rain come down on the mountain, you will most definitely you'll see a rainbow, and the rainbow goes across the sky over the mountain range is a sign of the Rainbow Serpent. That's where he lives, that's where he's buried, and that's where God put him so that we can never forget that story about the Rainbow Serpent. Very important to our people. All you kids out there, thank you for listening. Now I must go, Nayongo, I must go, and so we'll see you again next time under the mulberry tree.